How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I'm doing a video today on 6 different stocks from Planet 13 to NAT to Tesla, Apple, even Hyliion or Shell Corporation, Torus Acquisition, whatever you want to call it, and Foot Locker. So we're going to hit on news on all these different stocks. But I wanted to do this because I did a video earlier today, which I think is an awesome video. It's one of my best, and it's one of the coolest ways to think about finance and retiring early. And it's one of those videos that I don't think a lot of people will watch just because it doesn't get pushed out as much as something like this, which is on individual stocks. But definitely check that video out here, and I'll put it at the end of the video too. But I think it's an awesome video to watch, and I think it's going to really be cool for you to think about finance in this way and think about retiring early and how you can do it in just 4 years if you're able to add just 10 cents of passive income every single day. So we'll get right into this, but before we do, if you don't mind hitting that like button, and if you want some more up-to-date news, or if you want to discuss these types of things with me a little bit quicker and on a daily basis and talk to another group of like-minded individuals, you can join the Patreon down below. We have 9 people in it now, so it's kind of a nice little ecosystem of people bouncing ideas off each other and bouncing news off each other. So starting with Planet 13. I made a video just yesterday about how they were able to raise some capital. They're going to raise 15 million Canadian, but from Thursday to Friday, they actually announced that they were going to increase this offering to about 20.1 million Canadian. So they increased it by about 33%, which I think is really good. I laid out in that video why I thought this was good for the company just in general, raising this capital. And for a lot of people, they think share dilution is bad, but for them to be able to sell this at this point and after the stock has gone up so dramatically in price, I think that's awesome. And the fact that they're able to increase this even more, I think is going to be really good. So that is just something that's pretty interesting. I wanted to throw that out there to you just to reconsider exactly how large this capital raise was, because 33% is a significant amount of money more. The other thing that I want to hit on is NAT. So NAT released earlier this week that Alexander Hansen bought 55,000 shares of NAT at $4.34. He is the son of the CEO. So they've done this before. Him and the CEO have bought shares in NAT. They were able to increase their position in the company just in general. So he bought like another $200-something thousand worth of NAT this week. Whether this is just something to keep the stock price high or whether he really thinks it's a good value, who knows? This is something that a lot of people have gone back and forth on, whether it's just that they really want the share prices to stay high because maybe other people are selling out that they know, or there's some compensation that they get for keeping the stock price at a certain value, kind of like Elon Musk has. It's hard to tell, but usually when insiders are buying, that's a good sign. We haven't seen much price movement on this after this news, but hopefully they release their information on what the upcoming dividend will be, and hopefully it will be good news. The next thing is Tesla. They passed $2,000 a share earlier this week, and now they almost passed $2,100 today. So they were up to $2,095.49. This is just insane. I put in $550, and now it's like $1,300, and I bought when a lot of people thought it was overpriced at about $800 a share. This is awesome as an investor, but whether it's bubble territory, it's hard to tell. A lot of people are saying, yeah, it's a huge bubble. How could it not be a bubble? It's the biggest one around. And some people are saying, nope, over the next 5-10 years, this is still going to go up to $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a share, which based on past history, would severely outpace the market even from here. But when we look at just what they've done since March, they went from $360 a share all the way up 500% since then. And if we look at just their 1 year, they're up almost 830%. So, they've almost 10x'd their stock price in the last year. And this is after years of them just being stagnant. Like from 2015 to 2019, they actually went down in value, and then they went up 10 times this year. That's just kind of crazy, but I'm an investor. I like it. So that's just my views on that. We're going towards the stock split, so a lot of people have been excited about that. Apple was up to almost $500 a share. They were within 53 cents of $500 a share, And this is another company that has just gone crazy. I mean, I don't personally invest in Apple just because they're such a large company already. I don't think that they're going to be able to grow that quickly because they're already at $2.13 trillion. I don't think they're going to be able to grow their top line and their bottom line enough. But this is another company that has doubled over the last 5-6 months. It's just an amazing thing because they were down right around $1 trillion, maybe below $1 trillion market cap, and now they've doubled that. They're the largest company in the US by far. And it's just interesting to watch because they also are another company that announced a stock split. Who knows whether more companies will start announcing them like Google and Amazon just for this increase in stock price. Now, the fifth company that I want to talk about is Tortoise Acquisition. They went up about 11% today. They were up even higher than that before, and they actually came down a little bit. There was really no news on Tortoise Acquisition or the merger or anything like that. It just went up significantly today. I tried to find everywhere where they would talk about why the company was up today, and it's really hard to tell. I couldn't find anything about like a big company buying it or some news, even just like the comment section in WeBull, which is where I go if I can't find any articles on a company. Maybe they figure out or hear about it before the reporters do. Nothing on there either. So it's really hard to tell why they went up. Maybe you know better than I do, so comment in the description. But what I've heard is they're just getting closer to the merger, and that is possibly why it went up so significantly. So that is another good thing for everyone that's invested in Shell or Tortoise Acquisition. The other company that I want to talk about is Foot Locker. So this is actually a company that I hold a significant amount in my Roth IRA. I think I hold around $900 or $1,000 worth, so about 7% of the portfolio. They came out with their quarterly earnings. They beat on earnings and revenue. They posted quarterly earnings of 71 cents a share, beating the consensus estimate of 69 cents a share. They were also able to beat on revenue by about 80 million. So they went up pretty significantly at the beginning of the day. So they were up to $29 a share. Since then, they actually went down about 5% and still ended up 1.4% up on the day. And they also reissued their dividend. They brought back at 15 cents a share. Now, this was at 40 cents a share before the pandemic, but the fact that they're bringing it back already and they had a really good quarter during the worst quarter of the year. The pandemic was, terrible last quarter for a lot of companies, and they were able to do pretty well. So I am excited to hold Foot Locker. They went up, pretty significantly today. At the beginning, they went back down. Who knows why that is, why people are still not super bullish on Foot Locker, but I'm pretty excited about them over the long term. They had a ton of online sales compared to normal. Like they had, I believe, 8 times their best quarter worth of online sales, so they were able to beat by 8 times what they've done previously. I think that's awesome, and I think that that's going to carry over, and they're going to be able to sell more in stores again with back to school happening. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Again, the links down below will take you to Patreon. And also, if you want to start investing with M1 Finance, my favorite brokerage, and then also with WeBull, you can use those links below. It helps out the channel a lot when you do that. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit subscribe. We're going to try to hit 6,000 subscribers by my birthday in about a week. And I know that's like 800 subscribers away, but we got 750 in 3 days. So that's just crazy. So if you haven't already hit sub, please hit sub. It really means a lot. And I will see you guys in the next video. Again, I'll put that link to that other video that I created on retiring on 10 cents a day investing. And you can check that out right after this. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.